Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to answer which is the better AI stock to buy. Is it Palantir, is it Tesla, or is it Microsoft? I know each of these three companies are very different from each other, but what they have in common is they will all benefit from rising effectiveness of artificial intelligence. So I thought I'd do a video highlighting which one would be the best one to buy for investors that are looking to capitalize on stocks that will benefit from artificial intelligence. So let's get right into it, starting with comparing these three on revenue growth. And what you see is that Tesla is in the lead in terms of growing revenue, way ahead of Microsoft, but also ahead of Palantir. But what I do notice is both Tesla and Palantir have experienced decelerating revenue growth over the last couple of years after booming during the earlier stages of the pandemic. Regardless, if I had to rate the revenue growth expectations over the next several years, I would put it in this same order here, where I think Tesla's probably going to have the best revenue growth, followed by Palantir, followed by Microsoft in third place. I don't expect Microsoft to keep up with these innovative growth companies, Tesla and Palantir, partly because Microsoft is at such massive scale already. Microsoft has already surpassed the $1 trillion market capitalization, whereas, the others are not as big, especially Palantir is significantly smaller than Microsoft and Tesla. So typically the story is the smaller companies have more growth potential, and that is true here with these three AI stocks. And I'll take an extra moment to highlight how each of these will benefit from artificial intelligence. Of course, Microsoft, with its investment in OpenAI and ChatGPT, is directly benefiting from the use of large language models and how over 100 million people have already signed up to use ChatGPT. Meanwhile, Tesla is going to benefit or is already benefiting from rising effectiveness of artificial intelligence because that's what driverless technology is. It's artificial intelligence. It's something else, computers driving the cars instead of human. It's replacing human intelligence with artificial intelligence. And I think it's one of the best use cases of AI, the most practical, at least, use cases of AI is to develop driverless technology, from which Tesla will be a huge beneficiary of that trend. Palantir, meanwhile, is using artificial intelligence to offer better data analysis, data-based decision making for its clients, enterprises, governments, and the more effective artificial intelligence becomes, the more powerful the tools that Palantir can deploy for its enterprises and government institutional clients, which will make its services even more highly sought after, more so than they already are. The next metric I wanted to compare these three stocks on is cash flow from operations to sales. I want to see how good they are at turning those sales into cash flow. And all three of these companies do a good job of that. But Microsoft is in a league of its own here with cash flow from operations to sales of 40%. Meanwhile, Palantir has made phenomenal growth here, reaching 18.93% in second place, and Tesla at 15.39% in third place here. And if I was to project out the trend line for this, I would say it's similar here, with Tesla coming in last place because Tesla's in a very cash intensive business. It's very expensive to build cars, and they're going to need to continue deploying cash to build more cars, and their need for cash is only going to grow the larger they get, because then they're going to need to make more cars, and that time it takes between making the car and selling the car is when the company is going to be using cash. And so that cycle between sales and cash is going to be slowest for Tesla, in my opinion, and that's going to be the case going forward as well. And Microsoft, being already so massive in scale, has the advantage here for at least a few more years, but Palantir is catching up very quickly, as you can see with its rapid growth in this metric. And Operating profit margin tells a similar story, with Microsoft significantly in the lead at 40.85%. Tesla coming in second place at 14.99%, having done a phenomenal job demonstrating economies in scale. And then finally, Palantir in third place at negative 5.93%, but also having done a phenomenal job in making progress in limiting those losses and making, I wouldn't be surprised if in the next 1 or 2 quarters, if this metric turns positive for Palantir as well. Finally, I wanted to compare these three on valuation, and I chose to use the forward price to earnings ratio. And according to this metric, Microsoft is less than half the price of Tesla at a forward PE of 27, and Tesla is less expensive at a forward PE of 54 compared to Palantir with a forward PE of 65. So if I had to choose one of these three excellent AI stocks to buy, I would pick Microsoft. I like that it's more established in terms of cash flow and operating profit margin, and I like that it's selling at less than half the valuation of Tesla and Palantir. While I will admit that Tesla and Palantir have more potential than Microsoft, Microsoft right now is the better AI stock for me personally. All right, but that's all I've got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.